Okay, there I be. But it's not working properly. So I'm going to leave it alone. I'm Kathy with Kathy's Online Sales, and something's not working right, or my brain's not working right, or something's not working right. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and thanks everybody for following me on Facebook and YouTube. And we're talking about getting things done, getting it listed. You can't sell it if you don't list it. Facebook Marketplace, online sales sites, wherever, you have to list it. So I'm going to share a video that's common. It's I have the ability to share it, so I'm going to share that and listen to see what this dude has to say. A little aggravated because it's not going to go live until plans to go live. I'm not quite sure what's going on with this. Okay. I'm sharing. Don't forget to add it, Kathy. I got to learn the steps. Okay, I'm going to watch this dude, see what he has to say. Okay, where do we do? Right here. Let me see what he has to say.
So I've been doing this eBay strategy every weekend for the past couple of months, and it is no coincidence that the last 2 months have been the best 2 months in my history of 12 years of selling on eBay. And I think I've finally found something that really has worked and not only has exploded my sales on the weekend, but actually really propels my Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday sales. And I want to talk about in this video, as I think it's pretty straightforward, and I don't know why I wasn't doing this before. Hey there, folks. Welcome back. If you've been here before, if you haven't been and you're a stranger in these parts, consider yourself a stranger no more, as we are now amigos. I've been in online resale for about 12 to 13 years. I flip stuff that I find out in the wilds of garage sales and thrift stores and flea markets and trash compactors and my pantalones. And now that that's out of the way, let's get down to the good stuff of why we're all here. Now, for the past 8 weekends where I've been trying this eBay experiment, my lowest sales for a weekend were over $1,500. I used to hit $1,500 every so often. To hit $1,000 over a weekend was kind of average, but my bump has gone over $1,500, $1,700, $1,800, and this latest one over $2,000. And I have to think that it has to be doing with this new strategy. I want to highlight a few sales that I had this past week that just made me go, So let's start the video with some exciting stuff, with some exciting sales. Some of the larger sales that we had this past week, the Shark Matrix Plus. I actually got this in an auction lot, so I think I was about $10 total into this thing. It sold for full asking price. I do best offer on all of my listings. I don't know, do you guys do best offers on everything, or do you kind of Ronco Food Dehydrator, set it and forget it?
You just
and forget it, and you're not taking any offers. They had about $10 in. So fantastic sale here. We're moving on to another $200 sale. This thing, I don't know what it is. And that's the fun thing with eBay. I'd say there's a decent percentage of stuff that I sell that I actually have no idea what it is. Don't know what it does. Don't care either, because all I care about is that it's going to make me money. This was brand new. I got this in the auction lot. I think I'm about $10 in for this particular item, and it sold for full asking price, $200 plus $10 shipping. And I don't know, it looks like it's some sort of fountain of youth in a box. So if you use these things and you're paying for it, I hope it works well. If you're spending $200, I hope it adds a few days of beauty to your life. One of my favorite sales of the week. I found this figure, I think I paid $1, actually. Maybe it was $2 at a garage sale. And I knew from it does actually, for being so old, it's from 1986. The face, I knew it was Sylvester Stallone. It actually does, the face looks kind of good. Maybe you disagree, but I also recognized the eagle on his chest, and I'm like, is this a over the top? I don't know if you saw that movie, arm wrestling movie, but it's a classic. Oh, wow. You got to go back and watch it. And I had no idea they actually made action figures of that. So that was really cool. And this didn't work. This has movable parts, and it looked like it kind of worked, but it kind of didn't.
Yeah.
But I saw that they were selling for $60 and up. I priced mine a little lower since I didn't know much about it, and I assumed it was broken. So somebody still bought it, and they bought it like within 60 minutes of me posting it, and they paid full price, almost $50 with shipping, and it was pretty scuffed up, pretty beat up, but somebody still bought it right away. I probably could have got another 10 to 15 bucks out of it. Okay, let's get into what this video is actually about. I'll stop wasting your time. So what I do on the weekends, what I've been doing the past 8 weeks or so, is I've been diving into the strategy as I see that it really works. And I'm showing you on the screen right now where you can see that this is from a Monday morning, this past Monday morning, where it says send offer to buyers of 54. Above that, you can see I sold 29 things over the weekend. I think it was actually 30 by the time I went to post it. Here's that, 30 items for $2,115 bucks. So that's what I sold over the weekend. But more importantly, yes, it's a fantastic week end of sales. However, what I really think that is propelling my account to grow, my eBay sales to massively explode. Now that it's Monday morning, I can send offers to 54 buyers. Now, mind you, it might not seem like such a big number, especially for those resellers, because I've seen some resellers out there that have thousands of listings. I do not. At any given time, I have about 150 to 250 listings. I fortunately have a really high sell-through rate. You can see that I have 184 active listings at the moment, or at the moment that I did the screenshot anyway, and 463 orders. So my sell-through rate is obviously exponentially higher. I sell pretty much 99% plus of everything that I happen to list. I have a very good average. So out of the 184, I have 54 of those 184 current listings that people are interested in that I can send offers to. So what I'm finding that works for me is on Friday evening, I'm going through and starting a sale. I do 2 separate sales. So every Friday night, I go into discounts here and I create a sale. I actually do 2 discounted sales. I do a sale event, and the first one that I do is I choose 10%, and then I filter. And you have to have a eBay store in order to do this.
Okay.
But select items here. And what I do for the 10% is I filter it. So anything that's been on the site for 3 to 7 days here, I filter, and then I scroll down and just check. I don't really care. 10% off all of this stuff. I confirm that.
I'm going to start.
Save and review. And I go through this, and I end up doing the same.
I'm going to start doing that. This is cool.
Same thing again. I don't spend too much time on these details. I just choose to start now, and I end it Sunday night, and I choose about 9 p.m. Pacific time.
For the weekend.
Nothing fancy here, up to 10% off of everything, and I launch that, and I actually do that twice. And then I go back through and do another discount and do 20%. And I do this for anything that has been sitting for more than 10 days. So I do 10 to 500. And most of this stuff will pop up here. Anything that hasn't been listed in the past couple of days ends up going on sale on my account. So 20% off everything. I don't discriminate here. Start now, same thing. I end Sunday night, and I choose 9 p.m. Whatever you want to do details-wise works for you. Now I do 20% off of everything for that one. And I set those sales. So now for the weekend, everything is going to be on sale that fits those criteria, which is actually a high percentage of my store. So obviously people are going to shop just because I already have a sale running. I actually try to price my items to move faster. I don't try to maximize and squeeze every dime. I like to move stuff and get money back in my pocket to reinvest. So this 10 and 20% sales that I do, that's already based on really low prices. I try to match the lowest prices, or just about the lowest prices that I find other resellers online doing. So me being 10% or 20% lower than even some of those prices, I tend to get a decent amount of sales just through that. But even for those who don't end up buying, they end up following or liking particular items. And then Monday morning, that's how I end up with 54 people that are watching my particular item. And then on Monday, I send out offers to all those 54 people, and that ends up getting a lot of sales on the Monday and Tuesday and Wednesday, where I end up with multiple hundred, $500, $600, $700 even on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesdays. And that's how my sales have been just going insane the past 2 months, where it's not just weekend sales anymore. Now, even on Thursdays and Fridays, it's still, I was on a road trip out and I didn't get back my home until early August. So it's really only been till September 20th. So it's only been about 7 or 8 weekends. And in that time, I'm almost at $30,000 worth of sales, which is a lot for 9 weeks, at least for me. And I do think it has a lot to do with this new strategy that I've been trying out. Then I found this cool vintage Frisbee. I had no idea that vintage Frisbees were actually worth money. This is called the Wham-O Frisbee. I think this was like a really popular brand. Maybe they're like the only Frisbee brand back in the day, or just the biggest company. Wham-O Pluto, I can't talk, the Pluto Platter Flying Frisbee. Sold for $65. I couldn't believe it. And it was severely scratched up and scuffed, and it was obviously played with. It wasn't warped or anything. I did get a couple questions from people who knew what this was.
By the way, a lot of people that do videos and plays and stuff like that, they need vintage stuff.
In terms of the condition, they're asking about condition details. So somebody bought it full price, and I think I paid $2 at a thrift store for this old Frisbee. Who knew? These Delta bar hand showers I actually found they were highlighted in a video many months ago at one of my favorite thrift stores down here in Georgia, and I paid $30 each for these. There were 2. I had originally listed them for $150, as I saw that was kind of the going rate 6 to 8 months ago. Eventually, I lowered the price down to what you see here, $100 plus 15 shipping, and I actually took a best offer of $75 each for these. So I didn't make as much money as I had hoped to, but I spent $60 on these things, and I took $150 plus the shipping fee. Who do actually watch all the videos, I thank you, but you'll notice this Casio. You probably won't remember it, but I did a 4-part video series where I drove from Georgia to Montana and back, and I did thrift stores along the way, and I found this particular item out in Montana at the tail end of the trip. And it's not a huge sale, but I always love getting back and selling stuff that I find out on the road. I think I paid $1 or maybe $2 for this particular item, and it just sold. I don't have much left from that trip, maybe 2 or 3 items. So this is one of the last to go, but it sold the other day, $18 plus shipping, and I only had $1 or $2 into it. So I know this video is a little bit different. It's kind of a change of scenery, and we're going to get back to thrift stores in the next video, but I wanted to highlight this just because sales have been going so well. And I want to hear from you. Do you guys have like any kind of strategy or sales or discount thing that you like to do, that you do religiously, that lead to more sales? Or I want to hear about what kind of ideas you have, or what you think of my particular strategy. If you think it sucks, if you think it's a stupid idea, let me know and tell me why I'm stupid. I probably will agree with you. But until next time, where we go back out into the wilds of thrift stores, I appreciate you being here.
Okay, I learned something today. Oh, why is this so large? I don't want it to be up like that. How do I get it up? Anyway, so I learned something today. You do a 10% and you do a 20% or whatever. One small discount and one large discount. And I like the way he did it, because instead of me going, I don't have that much listed, but instead of me going through one at a time and lowering or whatever, I like it this way because it does the bulk discount, etc. on everything. So yay! I learned something today. Okay, let's see. How do I get out of here? It enlarged it for whatever reason. I don't know why it did that, but I like that idea. I'm going to try it when I get time. I usually lower prices on a couple of things on the weekends, and that helps me. And I advertise. Listen, y'all, there's so many resellers out there. Advertise yourself. Get a Twitter account. If you don't want anything else, a Facebook account, YouTube account. You have to advertise yourself. That's the only reason I'm here, making a fool out of myself on social media. And I love it that we can learn together. Okay, thanks. Have a great day. Have a great weekend. I've got to report that it didn't automatically go live on Facebook. I'm not happy about that. Okay, bye.